Bull or bear? Coin got it right yesterday. Looks like she threw a bull. There we go. All right. What's up, folks? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and conciergebullion.com in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live underwater diaphragm camera up right now, and they got a completely new camera. I'm kind of absorbing this, seeing how much I like it, but you know what? On a nice clear clear water, look, we get pictures of the rocks and a bunch of other stuff down there. Anyways, this is the first I've seen of it. Oh, let's see where the picture goes from here. I'm curious. They were bragging about their new cam. I kind of want to see. Yeah, I like the camera angle a little bit better. Looks a little bit cleaner as well. Well, anyways, that'll satisfy you folks out there that like the live fish cams that I show here when I start my videos up. I'm going to let it finish there before I move along. And for you folks that just want to look at this by yourself, wherever in the, well, you can't look at it in the evening, but in the morning when it's really nice, you can see some awesome fish. For you fishermen out there, you can see a lot of tarpon, a lot of snook, a lot of great fish will go by there, including sharks. Pretty amazing underwater cam. And for you folks that just like nature in general, it's very peaceful and cool. A little cloudy now, though, but I am liking this new live camera here. Much, much cooler, I think. All right, well, let's get into the quote of the day, which is honoring Bernanke for his advice on what government should do when banks fail is like giving a fire safety award to an arsonist. Ron Paul has a way of saying things, and if you're not familiar with why this quote came about, it's all got to do with Bernanke being, what are they talking about, nominating for the Nobel Peace Prize in Economics. Really? Folks, you know, I can't say we woke up in clown world because we've been in clown world for quite a few years right now. But yeah, Ron Paul nailed it pretty much. But no less, you know, I'm going to give a little bit of love. I shouldn't say love, but I'm going to give a little bit of understanding to central bankers. Okay, central bankers like Bernanke and Yellen and all these other Fed mouthpieces, and they're basically captains of the fiat dollar, okay? Captains of the Fed, what I'm talking about. You know, again, Yellen, Bernanke, and past Fed presidents and board members. And really, they're captains of a ship. Their job is to make sure that the great ship, the U.S. dollar, stays afloat and is you know, again, keeping all the passengers happy, and the passengers would be the global community that enjoys and uses dollars in their daily trade and their daily business transactions, and their, you know, and just basically paying your bills and feeding yourself. These guys are the ones that are in charge of this. So basically, you can look at them like captains of this giant sinking ship. Because why do I say sinking? Because that's really what it is. The fiat dollar is doomed to fail. Every fiat currency in the history of mankind has failed, except for the United States dollar so far. I mean, we can say it's failed, and it has in many different ways, especially in buying power. But when I say fail, I mean completely devalued, completely called in, completely gone. So far, we are the experiment, folks. So far, the U.S. dollar that was printed as far back as, well, let me see, when did the legal, was it 1868? I should know this as a currency dealer, but let's just say the 1880s, 1890s. You can still take a U.S. note, a U.S. bill made from the late 1800s, and cash it in at a bank. Okay, that's saying something. We are the longest surviving fiat currency. And, you know, collectability, you wouldn't do that because it's worth more than collector value, but we are the longest surviving fiat currency in history. And central bankers really, they are captains of the Titanic, you know, again, of the U.S. Titanic dollar, captains of this. And their job is, they know it's sinking, they know it's going down. It's been going down since 1913. They all know this. There's a leak in the ship that they're just never going to fix. That leak is the fiat itself. Fiats are doomed to fail. However, they've done a great job of keeping this fiat afloat for a long time. However, you know, but we're in our times right now where the dollar has lost. There's people that say since 1913 the dollar's lost 90-something% of its buying power, and that's probably not far from the truth. And we can see it even worse in the last few years, because of it. It's not inflation, the price of products; it's deflation in the value of the dollar. So a lot of people most people in the world confuse inflation with that the greedy manufacturer, the greedy miners, the greedy business people have driven up the price of the product. That is not true, folks. The problem is that governments have driven down the value of the dollar, but that's really hard for a lot of Americans and just a lot of people to wrap their heads around in general. So I got onto a long thing about inflation. So what I'm really talking about is, again, folks like Bernanke, they're really, to some degree, they've taken a job. They should know what they got themselves into. I'm sure they're not stupid. They know that they're captains of the Titanic of fiat currencies, and their job is to, as captains, is to keep all the passengers calm, all right? In fact, there's this comedy on television with the guy that played House. I forget what his name is. Something 5 or something, I forget what it is, but it's about a giant a hotel in space that's gone awry. And the captain is one of the primary characters in the show, and his whole job, he's not even a real captain, he's an actor. His whole job is to not let people panic and keep everyone calm. Well, that's the same job. Again, if you know what show that is, let me know in the, it's pretty funny actually. But and that's exactly what Bernanke's job is. The same job as the captain of the Titanic who went down with the ship, except these guys don't go down with the ship. They make a tidy sum and a nice pension for themselves. But they're captains of the Titanic. That's what central bankers are. A U.S. dollar, even the U.S. dollar, being the last horse to the glue factory. Because believe me, tough to say right now. I was under a strong belief that the U.S. dollar, even as much as like a year ago, before we got involved with this Ukraine mess and all this other stuff, and getting in fights with China and Russia instead of making friends with them and doing business with them, we've created enemies with them. So, prior to that, I would have believed that the U.S. dollar would have reigned supreme in the, again, last horse to the glue factory. But the way this administration and probably past administrations as well have been running things on an economic level, even the T-man himself, okayed massive amounts of spending to kind of just, it didn't help the dollar, put it that way. So none of these politicians have been fiscal conservatives in any shape or form or fashion. So we've seen an expedited form of inflation in our faces, whereas, it's really been here since 1913. Okay, I can get a little bit down that rabbit hole and get sidetracked with all this stuff, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is move on to the spot prices today, which were up substantially. The coin hit a bull yesterday, and I believe it was right. Take a sip here. My throat's a little dry. I've been talking all day. And let me hit a quick refresh here. Is the market closed? Yeah, it's still closed. I'm not going to open for a little bit. Let's take a look at the ranges throughout the day. 1650 in New York to 1675 spot prices. So basically like a $25 range there, currently sitting at $16.65. Silver hanging on to that $19 range, pretty damn good. As high as $19.80 at one point today, $19.24 right now. And silver above 900 at $9.57 right now, in the mid 900s. Again, keeping that 900 pretty well. Folks, I know some of you folks is it going to go down again? Can I still buy more at these stupid dirt cheap prices? I wish I could tell you yes, that there may be another, monkey hammering down. It just seems to be the pattern that these crooks have gone through over the years. But, I don't know. At some point, these markets are going to just explode to the upside. I think that there's possibility that the regulators out there are starting to take a closer eye at this stuff, not because they care about you or I, the market, but because they care that if it blows up on their watch, that they're going to all be smoking turds in hell and bureaucracy hell. Well, anyways, political hell, whatever you want to call it. These are dirt cheap prices. Keep buying, folks. Keep stacking as long as you can. we're going to have our oh shit, or as I say, our OF moment. I'm not going to say an F word tonight. I'm going to try hard not to. Our OF moments. We're all going to wake up one morning and see that the opening prices are like, except for you insomniacs, you're going to see it happening in the evening or something. But where prices just explode to the upside. You know, and I'm going to make a weird prediction here. I'm going to predict that that it's probably going to be. It's not going to be in the overnight markets. I don't think it's not going to be in the evening markets. I think it's going to be in New York after the New York opening that we're going to in the crooks in the worst market of it all, the NYMEX, Crimex markets that we're going to see the major up in gold, silver, and platinum. But that's just a wild guess. And again, that's just a wild guess. All right, let's take a look at the equities markets versus gold and silver, because you know the trend that I've been noticing is that gold and silver, gold particularly, has been following the Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ. And really, you know, I kind of sliced it and diced it this morning, and it's not they're following the Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ. Gold has really been reacting like the stock market has to a stronger dollar, okay? So, you know, the fact that it's been in the green with all the other, with the stock indexes, gold has been, I guess really what I was missing, not really missing, but maybe it had nothing to do, maybe just the dollar index driving the prices of the equities, paper equities markets down. And it was that narrative obviously was doing the same thing to gold. But meanwhile, it looks like the dollar index is down. But you know what? That's just a narrative. That's just a bullshit, you know, trading meme out there. Well, you know, when the Fed pays higher rates, when the rates are higher and the interest rates go up, and the you know, when they start paying real returns, who wants to hang on to gold? That's why a lot of people believe that the gold price is probably going down. But you know why gold and silver and precious metals have gone down? It's just pure criminal manipulative behavior. It has nothing to do with real fundamentals. It has nothing to do with supply and demand. It has to do with paper derivatives driven by the world's leading paper derivative market. They even say it on their website, the CME group, the COMEX group, the leading paper bullshit market in the world. So gold and silver prices aren't being dictated by real gold and silver being traded between real people. It's being dictated by large paper markets and derivative markets in the CME group, in collusive short positions, and oh God, you name it, spoofing, painting the tape. Anyways, silver market's broken. We're going to start seeing that the price of the paper markets are going to start rising up to meet that brokenness. Yeah, because again, they've got to back their silver at COMEX, the LBMA, and other places, SLV, by something real. And if they have a hard time getting their hands on the real stuff, then obviously it's going to drive that bullshit paper derivative CME, LBMA market up as well. All right, gosh darn it. God, it's just like broken record stuff. This is very cool, folks. I love this. This is done by Visual, oh man, who is that? Visual Capitalist. They do some cool stuff. One of my favorite sites, I haven't visited in a while as well. Excuse me, let me clear my throat out here real quick. By the way, cheers to everyone. All the metals we mine, I love the visual aspect of it. And if you've been looking at this while I've been talking right here, I can't see it right now, I just took my glasses off to clean them. Sucks getting old, man. Oh well, the golden years, my ass. Well, maybe they are to some degree. All right, iron ore. Look at the visual, how much iron ore is mined per year. Okay, this is probably, I believe this, yeah, all the metals in 2021. All right, so this is for 2021, the final figures. Look at all that iron. Look at the aluminum, chromium, magnesium, titanium, zircon even. Then you get into the precious metals over here. Look at that. In 2021, wait, I can't even see it. It's so small. Where's gold? Oh my gosh, there's gold right there. Look at that little tiny sliver. Compare all the metals mined in 2021. Here is gold compared to a pile of iron ore, aluminum, or even the other metals. 3,000 tons. And we're going to get into silver here real quick. There's silver at 24,000 ton. Compare that to all the iron and all this. Again, the visual aspect of it is really awesome in my opinion. Again, great stuff by Visual Capitalists. They always produce some great visual stuff. And take a look at this pile of silver right here. This is the actual size of the pile of silver mined in 2021 compared to iron and other metals. 24,000, and this is 2021. I believe that the mines were probably producing a little bit less at the time, maybe not. I'm not quite sure if the mines were completely shut down in 2021. Probably not, but 20. And one thing I've always wondered, let me know if you know in the comment section, any of you experts out there, but when they list tons here, 2.8 billion tons, 1,474,000 tons in precious metals, are they talking about troy tons based on troy ounces, in troy pounds? Is there a troy ton? I don't even know if there's such thing as a troy ton. I guess there is. Or are they talking about avoirdupois? Because I was trying to do the math on this, but I did it avoirdupois. I did it in considering that postal ounces or regular avoirdupois is 16 ounces per ounce, and troy ounces is 12 ounces troy ounce, but to a pound. But apparently there is a lot of silver out there. Well, actually, where is that? 22,000. Let me do the math here. Ready? 200. Where is it? Right there. Silver. I'm sorry. 24,000. And in my understanding, in a ton, there's 2,000 pounds in a ton, times 2,000, would indicate that in 2021 there was 48 million pounds of silver mined from the earth. And let's do that times, let's just do 16 times 16. Could be less than that if they do it in troy. I don't really know, to be honest with you, because there's 12 troy ounces to a troy pound. That would indicate that 2021 there were 768 million ounces mined of silver. And look at that pile on a visual aspect again compared to these 768 million ounces. And by the way, Ted Butler and a lot of other people that talk about the manipulation of silver talk about that there's more traded sometimes in a single day than is mined in a single year in the COMEX CME Group's markets. Another indication how crooked these fucking markets. I said I wasn't going to say it, and I did. Damn it, let one slip. All right, here, I'm going to toast everyone for letting one slip. All right. Oh, and it shows you how crooked those markets. Wonderful chart. Again, I advise you to go to all the metals we mine. If you type that into your search engine, it'll come up. It's by visualcapitalist.com. Great kudos to that, visualcapitalist.com, for all the beautiful, really cool stuff they do. Check out the other things on their website as well if you haven't. All right, proofs in the pudding. Silver's rare. And why is silver rare? Rare. I'm talking like, who is it, Elmer Fudd? Why is silver rare? Okay. COMEX, take a look at this. I always said when we started to see premiums on 1,000-ounce bars go up, that was a true indication that price of silver, or silver, is getting scarce. That's exactly what we're seeing, folks. I'm kind of really stunned by this. I did the math on, I believe, this bar right here at 21,000 by SD Bullion. By the way, if you want 1,000-ounce bars, I can beat the shit out of these prices that they have on. I can't say beat the shit out of them, but I can beat them pretty good. You can always beat SD, JM, and Atmex Bullion, their prices on gold, silver, and platinum bullion items here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and ConciergeBullion.com. And if you want to know more about that, follow through with me, and I'll give you our address and our phone number at the end of the videos. But I've said for a long time that 1,000-ounce bars are the canary in the gold mine. They are kind of the bell that goes off. When they start bringing bigger premiums, you know that silver's getting scarcer to get. SD Bullion's retail pricing for these right now is spot plus $2.29. I think it wasn't too long ago they were $1.60, which I thought was high, considering that not too long ago these used to be 80 and 90 cents over spot, maybe $1 over spot at the highest. We are now seeing the premiums on 1,000-ounce bars double, folks. That is unusual. That isn't something we don't see very often, and it's a clear indication that there are shortages of real silver out there. I'd be happy to debate any YouTube talking head out there and anyone out there that wanted to discuss why this is not true. And of course, you're going to hear the inexperienced people out there say, this is just greedy dealers charging more on their premiums. And please leave that out of the comment section, the greedy dealer bullshit comment, because that's not true at all. A lot of companies, SD Bullion, APMEX, and JM, I consider they're the big 800-pound gorillas out there when it comes to precious metals online retail sales. And their prices are really good. They're highly competitive. But again, like I said, I can beat their prices. But, you know, it's not greedy dealers. I look at their buy prices and what they're buying this stuff for. I look at how much they're trying to look for this stuff. In fact, you want to know how hard it is to get silver right now? You know, 100-ounce bars have never been hard to get. Never been hard to get. Take a look at this. Look at SD Bullion, who I considered one of the most aggressive sellers out there online, retail sellers. Look at SD Bullion's prices. Holy frick, man. You know, and look, not available, not available, not available, notify me, not notify me. I mean, they've got a limited amount of these bars. And what's the premium as low as? All right, so if you're going to buy 15 plus 100-ounce generic bars from SD Bullion, let's see, what's their price? $23.17, all right? Let's subtract their silver price, by the way, which is $19.78, and you know, in reality, that's 15 cents higher than it really what we use here in our store. I don't understand why their silver prices are higher. They just get more money from it, I guess. That puts these. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I think I screwed that up. 25.17 if you're buying more than 1,500 ounces from them. Again, I'll beat that price. Less $19.78. That's a $5. Man, I can beat that price pretty handily. They're getting $5.39 an ounce SD for 15 or more 100-ounce bars, folks. I'm telling you, that's wow. I can beat that price pretty damn good. So definitely contact me if you're trying to buy 100-ounce bars anywhere in the United States and you're buying more than 1,500 ounces of silver. Again, that's their thing right there. I can beat that price pretty handily, as along with the other prices here as well. And I still got a great deal on 1 ounce silvers at for spot plus 415. But I digress. What I was really here to show you is, you know, look at the shortage out here on 1,000-ounce bars. I mean, not 1,000-ounce bars, but look at the premiums. $2.29, folks. That's freaking the highest I've seen 1,000-ounce bars since. I don't know, any of you other dealers out there that are watching me seeing higher prices for 1,000-ounce bars? I haven't. I've never even seen them that high in 2008. Correct me if I'm wrong. 100-ounce bars, again, $23.17, $5 over from SD, the most competitive people out there. Yeah, there's a silver shortage. There is definitely a freaking silver shortage. And again, I'll debate anyone out there that wants to debate me on that as well. YouTube, you name it, in my street, in the street in front of my store, you name it. I'll do a showdown with anyone that disagrees with the statement that silver shortages are not real. Okay, all right. Yesterday's video, gold, silver not available. Speaking of which, let me take a sip here. I talk all day, man. I should do these videos in the morning. My voice is much smoother and silkier. Give me 1 second. I used to be called the Jeff Goldblum of precious metals, but you know, I've been doing the evening videos. A lot more screechy and whiny, in my opinion. Hang on. Okay. I'd like to thank everyone that watched yesterday's video. And let me see if I can answer a lot more comments yesterday too, folks. I'm going to have to speed through this. So if I didn't answer you or acknowledge you specifically, here's what I want to say to all my viewers and listeners out there. I respect every one of you. I really appreciate. In fact, I'm often astonished that you folks take the time to really out of your day to listen to me. Of course, I am my own worst critic here. And what I've tried to do here for a long time is provide you with what I know, the knowledge that I know, that what I've learned. I've been doing this since 1977, started working for my father, Ed Kuzmar, who has a place in Boca Raton. My dad, though, is been a little bit on the ill side for some time, you know, and but no less, I learned a lot from him. I've been doing this since 1977. I've been in this location since 1995, so I've got a lot of experience doing this. And what I've tried to do is share this experience with you guys out there. I figure, you know, there's a couple ways to be competitive and get more customers. First, to be competitive, your prices have got to be competitive with the big sellers out there. And so, I mean, if you're hardware seller guy, and you live near Lowe's or something like that, or your store is near Lowe's or something, you're competing with Lowe's, and you got to beat their prices. That's plain and simple, all right? And that's what I say about local dealers all the time. You got to beat their prices. And not only you got to beat their prices, you got to beat their service, which is easy to do for smaller businesses. And not that APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion are bad businesses and don't have good customer service. They're just not capable of it like your a good competitive local dealer. So that's what I've tried to do here, be a good competitive local dealer for my local customers. And I created ConciergeBullion.com recently to help people out there that are buying larger quantities in 1,500 ounces or more silver and 100 ounces or more in gold. That don't live in the state of Florida. But again, our Commercial Wear Coins is the brick and mortar here, and I've always tried to educate you folks. There's a saying that's, you can teach a man, you can give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, you can teach him and he'll eat for life. What I've tried to do is teach my customers and teach my clients what they're buying and why they should buy it, and a little bit of knowledge behind it, because for a couple reasons. Because it helps me, number one, because once I have to spend less time explaining everything, and I have to not hold their hand through the whole process, and I understand that they understand what's going on, which I think a savvy buyer helps a good seller. And if I educate my customers well, that's a big helpful thing for me, because, again, they've answered their own questions, they've done their own research, they've learned their own stuff. They've made their own decisions. I haven't had to make it for them, which I don't like to do. Anyway, wow, I got a little bit sidetracked there. So let me get into the videos here. And close your eyes if you get motion sickness, because I do. And I've got quite a few more comments than I normally do. Give me 1 second here. Rob is number one. Tim Gibson, what's up? Toilet. And what is that? A bunch of gas coming out the back of it? I'm not sure what you mean, but maybe I don't want to know. Thanks, Tim. Only downside to platinum is it hasn't done anything in over a decade. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Freaking unloved. And at some point, these metals are going to, silver's been unloved for a decade, kind of in a way, if you think about it. And so all these metals are unloved. Not unloved. They're just run by a crooked marketplace. And I can say that's probably platinum as well. But platinum, really, age-old metal, I don't see much downside to it, and I see, like silver, I think there's good upside to platinum potentially. Skipsky says, I've been patiently waiting for silver for 12. Ooh, a man of my own F-bombs here. Relax, Skipsky, you'll see your silver. Listen, if you got into it, Skipsky, because you were expecting a double up or a triple up anytime soon, then you didn't listen to me, because I've consistently said that gold, silver, and platinum is all about wealth preservation. If it does a double up, a triple up, quadruple up, fucking great. But if it doesn't, the one advantage to gold and silver and platinum is wealth preservation. You will never wake up and hear it went bankrupt. You could hear that with your pension. You could hear that with your job. You could hear that with your bank account. You could hear that with your cryptos. It's gone. You will never hear gold and silver and platinum has gone to zero, has gone bankrupt. So it's about wealth preservation. I hope I explained that to you, where you can realize that a little bit and not be so concerned that you've been waiting for 12 effing years. But we all want to double up and triple up. Me not discluded from that comment. So I'm with you. I want to see it go up quick, but I'm not disappointed in owning it. In fact, I'd rather own this than a lot of other investments out there, that's for sure. Had I wished I had made some speculative investments that would have made me a millionaire, in hindsight, sure. But overall, I'm happy as shit with my gold, silver, and platinum investments. And again, if you're not, and you're a more young person, you look kind of young in that picture. If you're a young person, you can afford to make very speculative bets. I say go out there, make those big bets. But with big bets come big losses as well. You're not going to see big losses in gold and silver and precious metals. You will at the very least see wealth preservation. But again, I think our time is overdue for a double up, triple up, and whatever, especially given the times. Be well. What's up, Welco Services? Find love on the best dating. Let me see if I can say this. Find love on the best dating sites. Oh my gosh, let's get rid of that. Sorry about that, folks. You can't catch them all. There we go. We did a remove silver liner. Max Kaiser, silver and gold in review. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. Thanks, Silverliner. When will we see the 42-year-old high of silver? My crystal ball is probably no better than yours, ma'am or sir, whomever you might be, or whatever you identify as. And that's a joke, actually. My crystal ball is as good as yours. When, I don't know. It's not a matter of when, not if, it's a matter of when. You got it correct. And it's going to be one of those moments where you're going to do the same thing as I am. You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to say, oh, fuck, what happened? Could you hear that? Because that would be the second one I said of the night. You should sign up a giant conference. I don't really get out too much. I pretty much work all day, then I spend my time at my home all day, and then I go to work all day, and then spend my time. That's pretty much it. I need to travel more. You are correct. Thanks, Jerome. I appreciate that, and maybe next year. Wilfred, things may come to the only things left by those who hustle. You know, the hustlers do well. Hustlers always do well. I like an honest hustler. Hustler is not necessarily a bad thing, but I always like an honest hustler. All right. I was watching someone's truck go by, and it looks like there's steam shooting out the front of it. All right, someone's going to have a tough evening. Living the dream, short video, my ass. Yeah, you're right. You said there was no really? No shortage a week ago? No, I didn't say that. No, it's all right. No, I didn't say there was no shortage a week ago. Vermilion said it. Yeah, sure, he said it. I never said that, actually. Yeah, there's a couple people out there that don't believe there's shortages, but again, just look at what I just said about 1,000-ounce bars, man, and tell me there's no shortages out there. You know, I've been doing this a long time. You know, I don't just willy-nilly throw shit out there. I don't throw inexperience out there. I've been, you know, started working at my father's place in '77. I saw the '80s market. I saw the 2012 market. I've been doing this full time. It's what I do and I look at all the time, pretty much. Had a short stint when I got out of this business, which is an interesting story, but it was a short period. Been doing this a long time, man. You know, if there was no shortage, I would certainly tell you, but there is, man. There is a shortage out there. The plebes not selling gets paper prices out the window. Absolutely. Did I drop the F-bomb? Of course I did. I think I did 2 tonight, if you count them. I know some people out there count them. I bet there's even a betting line out there. People bet what the coin does and how many F-bombs I drop in a night. They bet on everything, folks. I see a lot of people saying Saudi Arabia is taking delivery of silver and flying out the EL. Yeah, Saudis, the Indians. Mr. Frisky, what's up? Like to see you comment out there, and you're absolutely correct. Joe Bob, haha. If you think gold and silver aren't available, buy some future contracts and take them to delivery. Oh, you can't afford to buy 3 kilos of gold or 5,000 ounces of silver at a minimum at a time. You can't get a metal spot because you're poor, not because they don't exist. Oh my God! All right. Another one. Another shortage is the companies who buy extra sell and break it to nonsense small pieces like 1 ounce rounds. Here's another of those folks, Joe Bob. I'm sorry, Joe Bob, but I'm going to call it like it is. You're another one of these idiots out there that blow smoke out your ass with no experience. No, you can't buy silver at spot. You can take future delivery if you want in COMEX for 1,000-ounce bars. All right. You got to pay fees to have them delivered. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't very often say this to people out there, especially my commenters, because I respect you guys so much. And really, it's okay to disagree with me, but when you spout just pure fucking nonsense like this, oh God, got me into a couple F-bombs, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. By the way, pause this, read this, and understand what an idiot comments about. Sorry, Joe Bob. That's probably why your name is Joe Bob. Oh boy, I got to apologize to all the Joe Bobs out there. They're not as stupid as this dumbass who's just blowing smoke out their ass. Or smoke out there, blowing fucking hot air out their ass. All right, sorry, gosh darn it. And I don't delete these comments. I just leave them up, but I usually just kind of gloss over them or ignore them. But you know what? Not tonight. Today, the only difference between Miami and Florida is, yes, that's true, Tree Climber. Jeff Keller, I look forward to your guys' comments. Thank you very much. What's a good stacking ratio? 70 ounce. Wow, stacking ratio. Boy, I never thought about that. You probably know more than I do about it, Christopher, so let me know what you think. Hey, let's see what someone else said. Stacking ratio, 100 to 1, 80 to 1. Interesting. I never even thought about that, guys, honestly. Thanks for that comment right there. Maybe I'll think about it later and let you know. Anthony says, JP Morgan making million trading through. They can't. Yeah, of course, they've been doing it for years. They got fined almost $1 billion for doing that. Darren the Atheist and Anarchist James, I have good news due to demand silver shade over 100. Woohoo! Thanks, Darren. Pearls of Wisdom, yeah, not to buy, supply and demand. Real price of silver just went up $4. Michael Matthew Johnson Van Hollen, an American Patriot. Tough to say, Johnson. It could very well, but I tough to bet on these things. I love the low prices. Hoping to get a couple more low prices of metals. I just don't see a couple years, dude. I just, again, look at the price of 1,000-ounce bars. All right, you never know though. Never underestimate these fucking crooks. All right, too many F-bombs tonight. Gosh darn it. Did it again. Evening show, R-rated. You know me. As soon as my shows come on, get the kids and the animals out of the room. The animals too. Get the doggies, the kitties, and the kitties out of the room. All right. Hey, I'd like to thank all the Wall Street silver apes out there for watching my videos and supporting my videos. And we may not always agree on some things. That's with anybody out there. But you know what? I appreciate the civil comments that most of you make out there. Not most of you, like 99.9% of you are very civil, even in your disagreement, and I appreciate that. And I love the comment section. I love my commenters. Love the Wall Street silver guys out there. I can just sit here and read these guys forever. The exuberance and the love for silver and their their memes are the best. Is wonderful. And also like to thank the Wall Street silver moderators out there for allowing me to post my videos out there. Noticed a couple people hit me on my notifications here. I am on Twitter now. I haven't really done much out here. I've been up there a long time, never used it. Just kind of started posting it recently. You can catch me out there. Oh, that's my mom. I got to call her back. I will do that in a minute. Excuse me. All right. Well, anyways, posting my videos out there and ask me questions on Twitter. I'm curious if it's just all Twitter bots out there, if there's some real people out there that actually are out there. Anyways, that's it, folks. This is Brian Kuzmar with ConciergeBullion.com. Call me anytime. If you're buying more than 100, if you live anywhere in the continental U.S. and you're buying larger amounts of gold and silver, over 1,500 ounces of silver, over 100 ounces of gold, call us at ConciergeBullion.com. We do bank wires, we do shipping to, secured shipping and all that good stuff. We are not a online website, so unfortunately, I can't do, well, unfortunately, like I said, we don't have a site here you can go to. You can call us and do direct trades with us and do wires. And if you live in the state of Florida, come visit us at Commercial Rare Coins Precious Metals, which is my brick and mortar store here in Lauderdale by the Sea. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. Same location since 1995. Whether you're buying $1 worth of silver and gold or $1 million worth of silver and gold, we can help you, and we'll beat the prices of APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion. Well, that's it. I'm going to call it an evening, and a lovely evening it is. I hope it's lovely where you are as well, folks. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great evening. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well, and the little bell up there, which will notify you of all my new videos. Hey, good night. Thanks again. Bye.